Hi, my name is Lupe Romero and I'm a 5-year pancreatic cancer survivor. I just had a PET scan a few minutes ago. I had a PET scan where I work, so after my PET scan, since I've been fasting since 5 o'clock yesterday, I went and got myself a cup of coffee and I'm sitting here. There's a chapel at my job, and then there's this little garden right outside the chapel, and it's very peaceful, very peaceful. So I went and got myself a cup of coffee. I'm sitting here finishing up my coffee while the images are being downloaded. After the images are downloaded, I'm very blessed to be able to work in the imaging department where after my images are downloaded and I'll walk over and have the radiologist go over the images with me. So I'm very blessed that I don't have to wait. Sometimes the waiting is the worst and the not knowing. But anyway, while I was in the machine, I was reflecting on my experience of skydiving. When I was diagnosed in February 2012, 9 months later, my niece Veronica and her husband Joe surprised me with a gift to go skydiving for my niece's birthday, and I got hooked, so I've gone skydiving 6 times, and I will go skydiving again this November for Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Month. But and I enjoy skydiving. I stay very peaceful. I still get a little bit of butterflies, but I was reflecting on the first time when I went skydiving. The first time I went skydiving, I had a restless night. I just didn't really know what to expect, and then I got up in the morning, and of course I really couldn't eat anything. And then we drove up to the facility, and I just was just, this roller coaster of emotions, excitement, fear, um, just so many things. And then we finally got up on the plane, and we kept gaining altitude. And then I remember when they opened up the door, it just was like, oh my gosh, we're really doing this. And it got really loud in the plane. And then the first single jumpers jumped out, and then it was time for us to scoot up. It was tandem, so I had an instructor with me. And so then we were at the edge of the plane, and then we jumped. And just for a few seconds, it just felt like we were falling. But then after that, it just felt so peaceful, and it didn't even feel like we were falling. And then the chute opened up, and then we were gliding, and it was an amazing experience. And I felt at that time, I felt that I don't know how to put a chute together, so I trusted the instructor to put the chute together. And then I'm not a pilot, but I instructed the pilot to get us up in the air. I did the best that I could by staying calm, by staying peaceful, dealing with my emotions. And then when we jumped, I just, couldn't do anything else. There was nothing else to be done but to just let go and let God. So today with my PET scan, I kind of was reflecting that it was sort of the same thing, because it's unsure if I have a reoccurrence. I've had a reoccurrence in the past. When I was diagnosed in 2012, I was told I had 3 to 6 months to live, but then after aggressive therapy and surgery, then I was cancer-free for a year and 4 months. But then I had a reoccurrence. I was placed back on chemo, and again I was told, chemo would buy me some time, but then I haven't had chemo for over 2 years, and the tumor has not been active. But then March of this year of 2017, I had a bypass for an obstruction. And so then now they feel my cancer is back. But half of my doctors feel that my cancer is back, and the other half are not so convinced. And so I'm having a PET scan, and I was kind of nervous last night, and even this morning I was going through the same thing as when I went skydiving. These little roller coaster emotions. I get myself peaceful, but then I worry, then I get peaceful again, then I worry. And then as I went over to registration, got the paperwork, walking over to the department, my knees felt like jelly. And then I was nervous. And then for a PET scan, you have to sit in the room for about an hour to just keep yourself very peaceful. It's different from a CT scan, and then they inject the iodine. And so I was having this experience, and I felt like I was reliving that plane experience. So then I finally get on the machine. I guess that's kind of like getting on the edge of the plane. And then I had my scan, and then and the machine was the room was quiet, but the noise, although it wasn't that loud, it kind of reminded me of the noise on the plane. It was like a quiet, deafening sound. And I had my scan, and so now I'm finishing up my coffee. I'm gonna go over to the radiologist's office so he can go over the CT with me. And I'm very peaceful again because then this is when I feel like I'm gliding. When I go skydiving, I'm gliding. I'm enjoying the view, and there's nothing more I can do. I mean, it's like I've kept myself calm. I've gone through the study, and now I feel like, you know, whatever's there is there. Whatever's not there is not there. Whatever they find on the CT is already there. There isn't anything I can do about it. So it doesn't help to fall apart or get all upset. You know, it's normal. I'm human. I went through these emotions, the ups and the downs. But now I find myself very peaceful, very, very peaceful, and very grateful, very thankful. And as I was talking to the guy at the coffee cart, he said, you know, a person told him that the miracle of life is just that the miracle of life is every second that we live and every encounter that we have. And you know what? Today's today's my youngest son's 28th birthday, and he just flew in from New York, so I can't wait to see him. And then family, we're getting together this Saturday, and so I can't wait to just thoroughly enjoy my family. And yeah, that's what life's about. So, you know, whatever these findings are, there isn't anything I can do about it. I'll just go get my findings, and then whatever it is, if there's something needs to be done, there's something needs to be done. If not, then I know I have an appointment with my oncologist next week, and then he will instruct me further. But I just wanted to share this moment with you. And you know, if you're going through something, and all we can do is do our best and do our part, and then when we've exhausted all resources or whatever, then we have no choice but to let go and let God. So here I am, and I'm letting go and letting God. I'll update this video with the doctors to see what the radiologist says, and then next week with what the oncologist says. But I just wanted to share with you that, yeah, the miracle of life is each moment. So enjoy those special moments. So I'm going to go, and I'm going to enjoy my son today. Happy birthday, Robert. Love you with all my heart.